Welcome to Calm Mindset. In a world that never slows down, filled with constant noise, pressure, and endless distractions, it's easy to feel like we're losing control of our own lives. But imagine if you could face every challenge with clarity, strength, and calm. That's exactly what the Stoics practiced 2,000 years ago, and their wisdom is more relevant now than ever. The Stoics believed that true power doesn't come from controlling the outside world, but from mastering your inner world. Through simple daily habits, they trained their minds to stay strong in chaos, to remain calm under pressure, and to live with purpose. These are not just abstract ideas, they're practical tools you can use right now. In this video, we'll explore the Stoic habits that can truly change your life. From morning reflections to evening journaling, from controlling your reactions to embracing challenges, these timeless practices will guide you toward resilience and inner peace. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll see how a few small habits can transform not just your mindset, but your entire way of living. Part 1. Morning Reflection. Start with clarity. The Stoics began each morning by reminding themselves of what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius would write, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today, people will be ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful." This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. When you start the day with reflection, you are already one step ahead of chaos. Instead of being shocked by challenges, you expect them and prepare your mind to face them with calm. Try beginning your day with the simple Stoic question, what is within my control today, and what is not? That one question creates clarity before the world tries to overwhelm you. Part 2. Focus on what you can control. The core of Stoicism is simple. Control your mind, not the world. Epictetus taught, some things are up to us, and some things are not. Most of our stress comes from resisting this truth. We waste energy worrying about other people's opinions, the weather, the economy, or the past, all things outside our control. By focusing only on your actions, choices, and attitudes, you reclaim your power. This habit doesn't just reduce anxiety, it builds resilience. Every time you let go of what you cannot control, you strengthen your mind against frustration. In the long run, that's real freedom. Part 3. Practicing voluntary discomfort. Seneca recommended deliberately experiencing discomfort, fasting, sleeping on the floor, walking in the cold. Why? To train the mind against fear. He wrote, set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself all the while, is this the condition that I feared? In today's world, voluntary discomfort could mean skipping luxury, turning off your phone, or practicing discipline in diet. By choosing discomfort, you remind yourself that you can endure more than you think. The habit doesn't make life harder, it makes you stronger for when life does get hard. Part 4. Negative visualization. Premeditatio malorum. The Stoics prepared for hardship by imagining what could go wrong. This wasn't pessimism, but gratitude training. If you picture losing what you have, your health, your job, even your loved ones, you begin to appreciate them more deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now, take what's left and live it properly. By practicing this habit, you reduce shock when difficulties arrive, and you amplify gratitude for the present moment. Negative visualization transforms fear into readiness. Part 5. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember that you must die was a daily Stoic habit. Far from being morbid, it gave life urgency. Seneca said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. In modern life, we often act like we'll live forever, postponing dreams, neglecting loved ones. Memento mori cuts through procrastination. By remembering that life is finite, you learn to live fully, love deeply, and focus on what truly matters. Each day becomes a gift, not something to take for granted. Part 6. Journaling as self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius didn't write meditations for the world. He wrote it for himself. Journaling was his mirror, a place to examine his thoughts, admit his weaknesses, and remind himself of Stoic truths. This habit works today. Writing down frustrations helps you detach from them. Recording your victories builds self-respect. Journaling isn't about pretty words, but but honest reflection. 5 minutes at night with a notebook can be more powerful than hours of scrolling on social media. It's how you sharpen the sword of the mind. Part 7. The habit of restraint. Mastering emotions. Stoicism doesn't teach you to suppress emotions, but to master them. Anger, fear, jealousy, these are natural, but they don't have to control your actions. Epictetus reminded his students, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The Stoic habit here is restraint. Pause before reacting. Ask, is this within my control? Will this matter in a week? In a year? By delaying reaction, you create space for reason. Over time, that pause becomes power, and that power saves relationships, careers, and peace of mind. Part 8. Living with simplicity. The Stoics valued simplicity. They believed luxury makes us weak, while simplicity strengthens character. Seneca often warned about being enslaved by wealth and possessions. In practice, this habit means decluttering your life, not just physical objects, but also commitments, relationships, and thoughts that drain your energy. Simplicity frees you to focus on what matters: virtue, purpose, and the present moment. The less you need, the less the world can disturb your peace. Part 9. Amor fati. Loving your fate. Stoics didn't just accept fate, they embraced it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." This is amor fati, the love of fate. Instead of complaining about difficulties, the Stoic habit is to see them as fuel. Every obstacle becomes material for growth. Every setback becomes a teacher. Practicing amor fati doesn't mean passivity, it means using whatever life gives you to become stronger, wiser, and freer. Part 10. Evening reflection with gratitude. Just as the day begins with reflection, ends with gratitude, the Stoics close their evenings by reviewing their actions. Did I live with virtue? Did I react with patience? Did I use my time well? This nightly habit keeps you accountable and humble. Instead of carrying regrets into tomorrow, you use mistakes as lessons. You sleep lighter, knowing you are slowly becoming better than you were yesterday. And in the quiet of evening, gratitude grows for the day you lived and for the chance to try again tomorrow. The Stoics believe that greatness is not built in a single heroic act, but in small daily habits. These habits, practiced consistently, shape the mind into something unshakable. With reflection, restraint, simplicity, and courage, they forge strength not from the world, but from within. If you adopt even a few of these habits, you will notice the change. Stress won't control you as much. Fear won't paralyze you. Challenges won't break you. Instead, you'll find yourself calmer, clearer, and stronger with each passing day. That is the gift of Stoicism. So as you leave today's lesson, remember, habits shape destiny. Begin with reflection, and with discipline, with gratitude. Carry these Stoic habits into your life, and you'll discover that peace is not found by escaping the world, but by mastering yourself.